From New Hanover County Schools Television, three-time Blue Ribbon winner for the North Carolina Schools Public Relations Association for Outstanding Electronic Media, this is your School News.
Welcome to Your School News for the week of February 16th through the 22nd. I'm Ryan Spurney.
And I'm Tori Farrell. Topping our newscast this week, New Hanover County Board of Education holds a February meeting. Anderson Elementary teacher wins national grant for Shape America. The North Carolina Teacher of the Year presents a mini workshop for teachers.
Topping our newscast this week are the board notes. The Board of Education held their monthly meeting on Tuesday, February 10th at the Board of Education Center. YSN reporter Raven Smith has all our board notes this month.
This month's Board of Education meeting was quick and to the point, with 2 reporters and a small number of new business items. Let's get right to the board notes for February. The meeting began with recognition of achievement. The board recognized Hoggard Jr. Caroline Bunting for winning the American Legion Constitutional Speech Contest and Williston students for taking first place in National Stock Market Game. Dr. Markley presented a candidate for assistant principal for Holly Shelter Middle School, and the board approved this recommendation. Under information, 2 in-depth reports were given. Elizabeth Phelps from New Hanover High School gave the board an overview of progress made with the school service learning classes. Then Bill Hance, Superintendent of Operations for the school system, reviewed needed adjustments to the attendance zones for next year. The adjustments are minor, and the board will vote on them next month. The superintendent's report to the board covered the next steps in the process for naming the new elementary school in Northeast and requests from Legion Stadium to help financially in upgrades to sound system and scoreboards at the stadium. Under old business, the school system's attorney Wayne Bullard discussed the resolution the board is sending to Raleigh, requesting local control of the school calendars. There were only 2 items under new business and renewal of the Solution Tree Agreement and approval of items scheduled to be sold as surplus. The next regular Board of Education meeting will be Tuesday, March 3rd, 2015 at 5:30 p.m. at the Board of Education Center, 1805 South 13th Street. As always, if you cannot attend the meeting in person, you can watch the rebroadcast Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., Friday mornings at 8 a.m., and Sundays at 1 p.m. Board meetings can also be watched online at www.nhcs.net. That's your board notes for February. Back to you.
Holly Tree Elementary School welcomes community members to participate in the 6th annual Holly Tree Cardinal Strut on Saturday, February 28th at 8:30 a.m. at Holly Tree Elementary School, 3020 Webb Trace, Wilmington, NC 28409. This year's Cardinal Strut returns with the same great 5K, 10K, and fun run and 5K walk events to meet every age and fitness level. Holly Tree will also be bringing back the Cardinal Dash, a competitive 1-mile race to determine who is the fastest man, woman, and child. The post-race activities will feature breakfast for all participants, music, and great awards.
So this is our 6th year for the Cardinal Strut on February 28th, and it is for the memory of and to honor 2 boys that were 3rd graders at Holly Tree Elementary School that lost their lives to cancer. And so we run for them in their memory. One of their mothers said one of the worst parts about losing a child is that their memory will be forgotten. And so we do this in honor of them, and the proceeds to the race go towards our track and field project, and hopefully will grow into being able to help other families going through childhood cancers.
Visit www.cardinalstrut.com for all race and registration information, or contact Tovi Heffron at 910-264-1396 or at tovi.heffron@gmail.com.
In other news, Curtis Fallon, a physical education teacher at Edwin Anderson Elementary School, is receiving one of only 13 National Jump Rope for Heart / Hoops for Heart grants given from Shape America, Society of Health and Physical Educators. Mr. Fallon will be recognized on March 19th at an awards ceremony during the Shape America National Convention and Expo in Seattle. The $2,500 grant includes a U.S. Games gift certificate to enhance Fallon's PE program, a free one-year membership to Shape America, as well as expenses paid for travel and registration to the National Convention. Recipients are recognized for their passion and commitment for physical education and the Jump Rope for Heart program. The jointly sponsored Shape America and American Heart Association program promotes physical education and provides children with knowledge of heart disease and stroke. Mr. Fallon focuses on cardiovascular fitness with skill development in his PE program, as well as teaching students the fundamentals of choosing healthy choices in life. School-wide incentives have been a large part of his Jump Rope for Heart success.
The New Hanover County Schools Parents Communication Committee is seeking additional parent members for the 2014-15 school year. The committee includes a Board of Education members Tammy Coville and Lisa Estep, Superintendent Tim Markley, and other school administrators, and 4 school system parents. The committee held its second meeting last month. The committee reviewed the different types of communication between schools and parents and discussed parental expectation of school communication. Any NHCS parent interested in becoming part of the Parents Communication Committee should contact Crystal Bowie in the Superintendent's office at 910-254-4219 or at crystal.bowie@nhcs.net. The next Parents Communication Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 24th at 8 a.m. in the New Hanover County Board of Education Center at 1805 South 13th Street.
The North Carolina Teacher of the Year, James E. Ford, visited Myrtle Grove faculty and presented a mini workshop on culturally competent education. Mr. Ford told the group that cultural competence is defined as a set of congruent behaviors and attitudes. Mr. Ford said that the word culture is used because it implies the integrated patterns of human behavior that includes thoughts, communications, actions, customs, beliefs, values, and institutions of racial, ethnic, religious, or social groups. The word competence is used because it implies having the capacity to function in a particular way, the capacity to function within the context of culturally integrated patterns of human behavior defined by a group. Being competent in cross-cultural functioning means learning new patterns of behavior and effectively applying them in the appropriate settings. Mr. Ford said that there are 5 essential elements that contribute to a system's ability to become more culturally competent. They should be reflected in attitudes, structures, policies, and services.
Finally, math is boring, right? Well, actually no, but the way most of us are taught math certainly can be dull. To get to grips with math, you need to master the basics, and that means a lot of learning simple sums by heart. 2 times 7 equals 14, 5 plus 4 equals 9, 33 divided by 3 is 11, stuff like that. Thank goodness for then for the tablet apps that make learning basic math not only easy but fun too. For the students at Williams Elementary, those math apps allowed them to be highly engaged in practicing their math facts and tracking their progress. Number Monster is one for the very early learners. Number Monster is a simple app that teaches kids to recognize numbers from 1 to 20. We Kids Math has a whole bunch of colorful games to teach kids about numbers and basic math. And all of the students love Math Bingo, which teaches them about numbers and how to add, subtract, and divide. It was a great day for math education at Williams.
Now, when your school news continues, we have an exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, coming up in 60 seconds, we'll have reports on New Hanover County Schools is now accepting enrollment applications in 3 areas. February is National Love the Bus Month, and North Carolina's first online charter schools have gotten a final go-ahead.
This is Your School News on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Poor Miles has a toothache.
Oh. First, you have to rinse your mouth out with warm water to clean it out. Then, use dental floss to remove any food that might be trapped between the teeth. Remember, don't place aspirin on an aching tooth or gums. And see your dentist as soon as possible. Feeling better, Miles?
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Before we go fishing, Dudley, let's brush.
Grandpa, you still brush your teeth?
Every day of my life. Regular checkups, brush twice a day to stop tooth decay, floss once a day.
You floss?
Why, sure. To stop the plaque that causes gum disease, a leading cause of tooth loss in adult dinosaurs like me. Ooh, I got one! Brush and floss.
Welcome back to Your School News. New Hanover County Schools is now accepting enrollment applications for kindergarten, year-round grades, and magnet schools. With a complete report on this year's options is YSN reporter Kathy Kale.
New Hanover County Schools will hold kindergarten registration from March 2nd through the 13th. Kindergartners must be registered at the school within their residence attendance area. Attendance areas may be verified by contacting Student Support Services at 251-2929. Children to be registered must be 5 years of age on or before August 31st, 2015. It is not necessary to bring your child to the school for registration. The registration will take approximately 15 minutes. To enroll the child in kindergarten, parents must present the following: proof of residence, a copy of a lease, deed, property tax or homeowner's insurance policy will do. Utility bill will not be accepted. The child's birth certificate, a certified original will also need to be presented. Certified birth certificates may be obtained by writing or calling the Vital Records branch in Raleigh or by visiting the Vital Records branch at 225 North McDowell Street. They may also be obtained from the Register of Deeds office in the county of the child's birth. Parents will be required to bring a health assessment report showing a physical examination, vision screening, and hearing screening. Finally, an immunization record showing the child has received the required immunizations will need to be presented. North Carolina state law requires all the following immunization on the screen for all children enrolling in kindergarten or first grade for the first time. Parents or legal guardians with questions concerning kindergarten registration may call the elementary school in their residential school district or Student Support Services at 251-2929. In addition to kindergarten registration, New Hanover County Schools will open the application process for year-round, magnet school, and open choice school grades 1 through 5 from March 16th through April 24th. Applications are available online at all schools and at the School Systems Administration Building on Carolina Beach Road. For more information, you can call Denise Angevine, Enrollment Specialist, at 910-251-2929 or Leanne Graves in Student Support at 910-254-4292. Reporting for your school news, this is Kathy Kale.
More than 13,300 yellow school buses take to the roads each school day to transport some of the state's most precious cargo, 800,000 students. Thanks to dedicated bus drivers, these students travel to and from school safely. That is why State Superintendent June Atkinson is encouraging parents, teachers, school leaders, and students to recognize these drivers during the National Love the Bus Month in February. The Love the Bus program, founded in 2007 and coordinated by the American School Bus Council, is not only a way to raise awareness and appreciation for the hundreds of thousands of school bus drivers nationwide, but also provides an opportunity for parents and children to learn more about the safety and environmental benefits of school bus transportation. The NHCS Transportation Department has 174 regular school buses and 37 activity buses. These buses travel approximately 13,000 miles each day, transporting close to 12,000 students. School bus drivers work from before sunrise until after sunset, making every reasonable effort to maintain their schedules. The Transportation Department strives to set forth a working environment whereby drivers, through teamwork, build relationships in our school system and in our community. Transportation personnel in New Hanover County Schools receive formal training to ensure development of professional drivers and mechanics who are fully dedicated to the accident-free transportation of all students.
In national education news, the U.S. Department of Education's 21st Century Community Learning Centers program is leading a new interagency partnerships to bring hands-on STEM learning opportunities to high-need students during after-school time. Through this collaboration, the department will expand an existing pilot program with NASA and build new partnerships with National Park Service and Institute of Museum and Library Services. This partnership will create opportunities for students to engage in solving real-world STEM challenges with scientists and experts in their field. North Carolina is participating state in the STEM after-school program.
School public relations professionals across the state are honored annually for the products of their craft during the North Carolina School Public Relations Association's annual Blue Ribbon Awards for Effective Communications celebration. New Hanover County Schools Public Relations Department was honored with 6 Blue Ribbon Achievement Awards in 5 different categories. The Teacher of the Year poster and the fax brochure both received awards in the Special Purposes Publication category. The United Way campaign won in the Identity/Image campaign category. The 2014 School Bond campaign won in the Marketing campaign category. The Spring Fashion Show edition of Diversity Matters won in the Electronic Media category. And the NHCS homepage received the award in the Internet/Website category. The homepage is maintained through collaboration between the Public Relations Department and the Technology Department.
North Carolina's first online charter schools have gotten the final go-ahead to open. The Board of Education's approval of the 2 virtual schools last week was pretty much preordained. There were only 2 applications for schools, and the board was required by the state legislature to approve 2 virtual charter schools as a part of a 4-year pilot program. One of the 2 operators, K-12 Inc., has run into trouble in other states over issues such as low student performance, and the News Observer reports some board members expressed concerns over that. But in the end, the application from K-12 Inc. was approved along with the other school affiliated with the education company Pearson. Both schools will be opening in the fall, allowed to enroll up to 1,500 students each.
Finally, congratulations to Liz Bachert, Carolina Beach Elementary School's AIG Marine Science student and Fort Fisher Aquarium Junior volunteer. She has earned her coveted blue shirt after volunteering 100 hours in the education department at the aquarium. Liz is the youngest volunteer to earn her blue shirt and says she plans to work another 100 hours this year. Students in Carolina Beach Elementary's place-based AIG Marine Science program propose and carry out research service learning projects in the community.
Now don't go away. Coming up, we reveal top 10 names suggested for the new elementary school.
Plus, we have this week's edition of the Lunchbill Affair.
Your school news will continue after the break.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
Welcome back to Your School News. Every year in North Carolina, Science Olympiad tournaments are held on university, community college, and public school campuses around the state.
The competitive events of Science Olympiad align with the North Carolina Standard Course of Study as well as the National Science Education Standards.
The events are designed to enhance and strengthen both science content and process skills.
This week we'll be learning about scoring.
Science Olympiad is scored very much like golf. The lowest score wins. And so what happens is each individual event has a coach that judges the event to make sure that the students are doing all the things they're supposed to and they're participating by the rules. And what happens is each one of those coaches will fill out a sheet ranking the students from 1 to 20 or however many teams we have. That sheet comes back to us, and the team or the students who get scores of 1, 2, and 3 were the first, second, and third best. So they have the lowest scores. Students who didn't score as well have higher numbers, and their rank is a higher number. And then we total all those together to come up with team scores. So the team with the lowest number of points wins first, second, and third places.
So when the points are earned, what do you do with them?
When individual coaches, they fill out the sheets and they bring them back to us. We take those and we double check everything that the coaches did to make sure there were no ties and that they rank them appropriately by the scores achieved by students. We take that, we enter it into a spreadsheet that automatically calculates the grades. We can also, if a student didn't show up for the event, because some teams are smaller than others and they don't have participants in every single event, so those teams get a score of NS, or no show, because they didn't send someone to that event. And if that happens, those teams are put all the way at the bottom because they didn't send anyone. And so we put all that into the spreadsheet and we print that out at the end, and it tells us not only who won the individual events, but it also generates the team scores for us and generates team winners as well.
And if there is a tie, how do you handle that?
Typically that's handled by the coaches for the individual events. They have special questions that they chose, typically the more difficult questions, and they look to see if either of the teams who tied got that question correct. Or they look at which one was closest to the ideal model. Very rarely do ties come in, and if a tie gets to us and it hasn't been rectified yet, we always look at the test or the event, and we have a sheet that tells us how to break those ties for each individual event, and it's handled by the numbers.
And does your team keep score by hand?
It starts out by hand. Individual coaches for the events keep that score, and then they bring it to us and we put it onto a spreadsheet, and from there it's all electronic, and it's nice to have it that way because the scoring is really complicated, especially when you get up into the team events.
And can the competitors during the events find out what their score is?
That's one of the biggest questions, and a lot of people, including coaches for the schools and students themselves, want to know how their teams are doing. Right. The sad part is we can't tell that right up to the very end. In fact, the award ceremony starts before we even know who the winners are. So we are still calculating scores, and we are still trying to find out who the team winners are as the award ceremony goes on. And that's why the team scores are always held for last, because we don't know that.
We will feature another report on Science Olympiad as we count down to the big regional tournament held on the campus of UNCW on March 7th.
It's now time for the Lunch Bill O Fair. Across the county, school lunchrooms have gotten a facelift and a menu makeover.
This week, our special guest lunch menu analyst joins us with the week's school lunch menu so parents, students, teachers, and everyone working with New Hanover County school system can plan their lunchtime options.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Lunch Bill Fair, and we have a great menu this week. On Tuesday, February 17th, enjoy the day with succulent orange chicken with rice, a mouth-watering bacon cheeseburger, or breaded mozzarella sticks with marinara sauce. Your Tuesday sides are also enticing. They include glazed carrots, a garden salad, and fresh fruit. On Wednesday, February 18th, try out a chicken quesadilla with Spanish rice, a pork chop sandwich, or cheesy breadsticks. As if that's not good enough alone, you can even add a pasta salad, delicious corn, a healthy garden salad, and sweet pineapple chunks to top off your meal. On Thursday, February 19th, enjoy a wonderful lunch of lasagna roll-up with a roll, BLT sandwich with cheese cubes, or oven-fried chicken with a roll. Accompany your meal with sweet potato puffs, a garden salad, and fresh fruit. On Friday, February 20th, enjoy the last lunch of the week with a hot dog with chili, submarine sandwich, or chicken nuggets with a roll and macaroni and cheese. Keep the good stuff coming as you pile on marvelous baked beans, carrot sticks, a garden salad, and last but not least, healthy spiced apples. For this weekend's healthy tip, we recommend eating dessert socially. Try only eating desserts when out with others. Whether it be a slice of cake at a birthday party or a dessert split with your dining companions, eating socially can help prevent overindulgence. On Monday, February 23rd, start the week with your choice of chicken Alfredo with a breadstick, a deluxe chicken sandwich, or French bread pizza. Finish the meal off with garden peas, glazed sweet potatoes, garden salad, and mixed fruit. That's it for this week. Everything from Asian orange chicken to Italian lasagna and American hot dogs. Everything on the menu looks great.
Thanks! Don't forget you can also catch the Lunch Bill O Fair during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of healthful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition.
Now don't go away. Coming up, we reveal the top 10 names suggested for the new elementary school.
This is Your School News on cable and online. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Fogel's.
Beautiful, isn't it?
You expect options everywhere else. Why not with your medical treatment? Talk with your doctor to explore all your options and find what's right for you. Visit ahrq.gov.
Welcome back to Your School News. The New Hanover County Board of Education and New Hanover County Schools opened the doors last month for public input for naming the new elementary school that will be built in the Northeast area.
During the February 10th meeting, the Board of Education reviewed 1,000 suggestions and decided to use one of the names submitted under the geographical suggestions.
Next month, Superintendent Dr. Tim Markley will present the top 10 suggestions to the board for discussions and consideration.
Those names are starting with number 10, Carolina Coastal Elementary, Cape Fear Elementary, Bayshore Elementary, Banks Channel Elementary, and Azalea Elementary.
The top 5 suggestions, starting with number 5, were Port City Elementary, Pages Creek Elementary, Northeast Elementary, Edgewater Elementary, and Porter's Neck Elementary.
The Board of Education will make the final decision on the naming of the school. While the names will be presented at the March meeting, the board still has plenty of time to review and discuss all the options for the new elementary school's name.
The new school will be built in the northeast area of the county on Edgewater Club Road. The suggested name will align with Board of Education Policy 5400, Naming School System Facilities. The new school is slated to open in August of 2020. That does it for this edition of Your School News, recapping some of our main stories. New Hanover County Board of Education held their February meeting. Watch it online. Anderson Elementary teacher won a national grant from Shape America, and the North Carolina Teacher of the Year presented a mini workshop for teachers at Myrtle Grove.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. And don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show, weekdays at 6 a.m.
I'm Ryan Spurney.
And I'm Tori Farrell. On behalf of the entire YSN newscast, thank you for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network.
Have a great week.